Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to StarRupture. Today, I'm going to show you the Turbine factory, or let's say the second building or compact factory from the compact series. Let's say I'm making one compact factory for each product after you reach the mega press. So after this one, you're gonna see the battery. After the battery, you're gonna see the what was the other one? For example, you're gonna have the generators and so on and so forth until the resonator, ion injector, and so on. So if you wanna check out more of these compact buildings, let me know in the comment section which one do you like to see, and also leave a like if this was or these series are helpful. And today's factory, ladies and gentlemen, one thing that I want to mention, because after you reach this level, sulfuric acid and helium starts getting integrated into every single piece of, let's say, machinery or product that you're gonna make. So in order to not actually overload the balance of the rails inside the compact builds, I am making the factories in different clusters and lanes, and every lane has an order, and I will show you the lane on an Excel sheet as usual, as I showed you in the impeller factory that I had there. So if you want to check out, like, the impeller factory is, by the way, in the description. You can click and look at that one too. So in general, this factory will have two sections. Number one, like two bigger sections, and actually it's three sections, but I'll show you. You will get a better grasp when I show it. The first section is this one. It is the refinery part or compartment of this, let's say, factory, and the other side is everything else that you need until the production of the turbine itself. I did not cluster it that much, or I did not, let's say, complicate it too much, but there's only one important thing about this part. Let me first tell you what factories and what machines we have in the first lane, then I will tell you how to actually do the logistics for this space. 1 second, let's go to the Excel sheet so I can show you product numbers. Alright, welcome to the atrocities of modern engineering. In this factory, in total, if you look at the left side, you can see what we have here. So in general, 640 bars and sulfur helium is being, let's say, consumed, and blocks as well. So we're gonna use 180 wolfranium bars. Yes, I took the smelters out. I will show you what and how I'm doing the smelting for these bases later. We need 250 titanium bar, 120 sulfur ore, 30 helium, and 90 calcium blocks. And the total factory production is 3 mega presses, 20 fabricators, 9 furnaces, and 1 refinery. And believe it or not, yes, there's more of this. This is only one Excel sheet. I take this very seriously, I might say. In the first line, however, this is the most important part. The second floor facing back is calcite sheets and calcium blocks, and furnace and wolfranium powder are facing towards the other side because I did not want to add an extra lane here, so the things that I needed for the ceramics, I am actually producing them in the first lane, then sending them back again to the first lane from the second floor to the first floor, and then the first floor is connected to the second floor, which is another furnace, and it leads to the this furnace, which is the other fella. And this is one furnace, by the way. Yeah, this one is another furnace there. But I can't edit it because, well, I downloaded the wrong one. There's a furnace here. Yeah. And so, in general, as you can see, like, you can see the materials, but in the second floor, there's a wolfranium that will produce 60 loss. If you are very mid-maxing, you can put a, let's say, dumper. Yeah, put one extra, let's say, storage at any point connected to your, let's say, main ley line or rails, and you will actually use this too. Maybe yes, but there's no need. Like 60 wolfranium will not do anything to you. And in the other part, there's 3 fabricators doing titanium sheets, and 90 titanium beams are being produced because you're gonna need it for the titanium housing in the second lane. And this is the other mini cluster, because if you mix everything on a single lane, in these compact bases, they're gonna get overloaded and it's gonna get clogged. So I usually cluster my buildings in different lanes and rails, so they don't max or mix with each other. Let me actually show you the first lane there. Alright, as you can see, like look, this is the part that is actually facing the back line of the factory. This one produces the powder, that one produces the sheets, but look, they take the sheets. Look, these are the raw materials that are coming. What I did is here I have a triple lane. The triple lane is connecting the sulfur, the wolfranium, and a part of the calcium blocks into the second floor. And in the second floor, these raw materials are going back. They're entering the buildings, and then from the other side, which is the product side, they're coming out from this side and they're going right down into the machines. And as you can see, like the rails for this section is completely, let's say, different than the one here in the left side. So even if you go further, like this lane will not touch the other lane at any cost because, well, the refinery is, let's say, independent factory inside this factory. At the left side, you're producing basically sheets and powders that you need for the second lane. And in the second lane, you're gonna see why we're producing all those sheets and so on. And about the rail system for the first lane, look, I have my bars. Look, the bars are going there. Like wolfranium bar, I have the helium connected up there. And you can see the titanium and this, they're both connected to this one. Behind every factory, there's an intersection, and also in front of every factory, there's an intersection. And if you're wondering how you can actually do this double flooring, I have a video about how to do this. It's called the best way to make your furnaces, and it's in the same playlist. You can find it there. Yeah, you basically put it in the middle lane, and you can build two, and you can actually make a second floor very easily. You don't need a third one even. And yeah, so everything comes out, and always there's a flow to the rails. Look, rails from the bottom go left side, on the top they go left side as well. At the intersections, they connect to each other. 1 second, let me get there. And, alright, I got it there. And yeah, as you can see, like they're flowing to the left. The top side gets mixed with the bottom side. The bottom side is providing all of the necessary raw materials to the whole system while taking produced materials out of the furnaces and other things. And as you can see, they're all going here. And before reaching that part, they're going to the left and getting connected to the next lane. And the next lane, because that lane was flowing towards this way, now both the bottom section and the top section, which you can just connect like the second floor like this. Look, this is going left. That is going left as well. And as we go forward, you will see that, look, see, we go there and there is no more connection needed. Yes, because after this point, you will not need to give any kind of resources to the next lane. I will explain what these lanes are and let you pause so you know exactly which buildings you need in each one of these. So you can actually like look at the Excel sheet and make these factories on your own. But yeah, basically the things that are produced in the first lane are gonna come to the second lane, and from the second lane everything is mixed here, which is going into these little rotors, and the rotors are going there. 1 second, let's go to the Excel sheet. That will make it much easier for you. Alright, look, the first lane, we have one furnace for calcium powder, one furnace for ceramic, one fabricator for calcite sheet, one wolfranium powder, 3 fabricators next to each other for titanium sheets in the other cluster, 5 fabricators for titanium beams, and 1 furnace for wolfranium powder. But in the second line, as you can see, I'm making the furnace with the synthetic silicone because we're gonna make chemicals, and the chemicals, yes, they are produced inside this factory as well. So the wolfranium powder and the synthetic silicone goes to the chemicals in the third lane, and the chemicals are connected to the refinery, which is the final product. Then there's this titanium housing that is in the second lane. Like, you need 3 of them. Whenever you're making these factories, try to make like the ones that do the same thing next to each other so they don't mix and match. And if ever you wanted to like increase or decrease the output, you can control it. You're producing 90 titanium housing, by the way, in this small system here. 10 loss in a minute is nothing you need to worry about. Basically, one of the factories will work only momentarily. Yeah, it's not a big deal. Then there's 2 fabricators in the second lane like this. Look, first lane, second lane, and third lane. And here, look, fabricator again for titanium rod. Then there's a fabricator for the wolfranium bar. And let me actually zoom out. If you want to pause and actually look, you can now pause and look. And actually, if you want, you can just take a screenshot of here. So you can actually zoom and see which buildings you need where. And after the second one, I'm trying to not move the mouse that much, but I have to now. After you make the titanium housing, the wolfranium wire, and the titanium rods and wires here again, they're gonna go to the third section, which makes the stators and rotors. Yeah, 2 of them are making stators in the top floor, and 3 of them in the bottom are making the rotors, and then they're sending it to the mega presses, and the mega press has the refinery next to it. Let me show you this fabricator and the housing's placement. 1 second. Alright. Let me show you like this. Look. In the second lane, like the titanium housing is being produced in these 3 furnaces. See, like I put the furnaces in one cluster next to each other, so I know where they are. And the other wires and the rods are being produced there. Then, because I need 3 stators and only 2 other thingies, I actually made this one here, and this one is here, and this one is here. And something bad has happened here. Oh, give me a second. Did this thing disappear again? Alright, I don't know, but for some god-awful reason, this building disappears. Like, this is the second time this happened. Yeah, this fabricator for stator keeps disappearing on me. I don't know, it might be the rails just doing something to it. Yeah, in the final section, or finally, everything is produced here. The rotors are here, the stator is here, and the chemicals are produced exactly here, and then they're literally just moved into this one. And if you can see, like, look, I have connected the sulfur there for a reason. The sulfur, I did not want to take a lane from here and just connect the sulfur here. So I connected the sulfur directly to the first section of, let's say, the line that connects everything to the refinery. And yeah, everything just kept coming from there within the, let's say, means of our operation. But here, because I wanted the sulfur to directly come from there, I connected all of these buildings via these, as you can see, like these lanes. See, like this goes here, then it goes here, and it goes back into the refinery. And chemicals come in the refinery as well. And the refinery faces left, and it gets all of the resources it has in here, puts it in all of the mega presses. Whee! And for the turbines, like these are the things that we are producing locally. Like we're producing the stator, we're producing the sulfuric acid, and the rotors, and the impellers are coming exactly from there. With this build, you can produce 30 turbines per minute, which is feeding from that impeller factory there. As I said, the link is in the description. You can look at the impeller factory, and you need exactly the amount of production that is being produced in these buildings, because right now the builds that I am making for every single compact factory is exactly what you need for finishing the game. So whether you are at the end of the game or at the start of the mega press level and you're about to like go towards the let's say assembler level, I would suggest you follow the channel, subscribe, and actually make these buildings. And you need one of these, one impeller factory. You're going to connect that impeller factory to this turbine. And next time we meet, probably in 2 days after the publication of this video, I will show you how to make the most important factory in this game, which is the battery factories. Okay, if you think this is complex and this needs a lot of resources, wait till you see how many batteries you need to make resonators and generators. Yeah. It's gonna give you nightmares. Let me show you just a snapshot of it, then I'll end the video. This is the monstrosity that we will be making in the battery section. Yes, we're gonna be producing 30 batteries, and believe it or not, for finishing the game, you actually need 3. Yes, you need 3 of this factory, and it's not even the end of it, because stators are going to get added here to this lane, and yes, there's also the section 2. Yeah, this is all you need for making the battery. Yeah, you need almost like 40 buildings for it. And then after the factory, I'm going to show you how to do the nozzles, and well, I'm not going to show you that part. That part is for the assembler level. Yes, these are just the infrastructure. Alright, let's go back to the game, and ladies and gentlemen, hope these are helpful. If you like these videos, please leave a like, leave a hype if you would, and if you have any questions about how the lines are working, why am I making these buildings, or just want to say hi, use the comment section. I answer all of the comments. And believe it or not, like, I have calculated everything. There's no way I'm accounting for cloggings, for lane, let's say, capacities, for input capacities, output capacities, maximum efficiency of production. Basically, these are the most optimized mathematically bases, which you can build like in these compact spaces. Like, look, if you want to have like whatever goes and just go with it and play casually, that is what you're gonna have. These 2 buildings, like you see this and this, these are enough to take you from level 1 to 7 and even 8. Okay, just these 2 factories. So even if you're not at this level, if you can copy the build that I have here for producing your ceramic, for your heat systems and so on, you're gonna have a very easy time. But as I said, all you need is these 2, and you gotta get to level 7 and 8. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, as always, thanks for watching, thanks for the support, thanks for the like, thanks for the hypes, thanks for the subscriptions, memberships, and supers. It is nighttime. I hope you sleep like babies. And if it's daytime, I hope your lines and lanes never get overheated and never get clogged. See you in the next video, fellas. See you in the next video. I'll have to go and make the battery factory now. 3 of them.